Well, Virginia Tech just wrapped up their midweek practice with media availability ahead of their matchup against ODU this weekend in Norfolk, Virginia. There's a couple takeaways on this episode of the Scoop Sidebar. First off, starting off with some injury updates on Bashal Tutin, linebacker Jaden McDonald, as well as tight end Nick Gallo. Coach Fry commented on these injuries.
Yeah, he got hit pretty good, but I'd say he's 90%. We just didn't want to get him hit. He got some reps, got some practice in, but we wanted to make sure that scout team group didn't come up and get after him too good. So it was the right thing to put him in blue. He'll be fine.
I guess Gallo and McDonald weren't participants today.
Yeah, Gallo's still, he's progressing, which is encouraging. He's not ready for this weekend. McDonald has sustained an injury. He's being evaluated now. We'll see how long that takes, but he won't be available this weekend.
Definitely good for the Hokies that it sounds like Bashal Tutin's going to be able to be a full go this weekend. But this offense has struggled a little bit starting off in the 2024 campaign, and some of that is coming from quarterback Kyron Drones, who has had a slower start to this season where he finished off last season. Coach Fry commented on maybe if this is a defensive schematic change that teams have seen now that they have more film on the quarterback.
I think a little bit. But the other piece is, you make it hard to stop the tailback when you do that. And so, it's kind of feast or famine. I mean, I've been on that side of it. And you say, okay, what do you want to take away? And we have to make it where if you take one away, we got something else. You take that away, we got something else. I think we've got enough production out there. We got to be able to spread it and share the wealth where we need to.
Now shifting up front on that offense to the offensive line, at practice it was still the same starting five that started the first two games, and then Montavious Cunningham was still working at backup right tackle, but interestingly enough, Gunnar Givens was rotating in there at guard on the backup offensive line, as well as Brody Meadows back at practice. Coach Pride provided an update on both of these players.
Yeah, Gunnar is making some strides. He had a good summer. He put mass on, he got stronger. He looks the part now, and he's learning it, and he's slowly getting better. And then, Brody coming back after a minor setback, it looks good. It's good to have him back.
Now shifting over to the defensive side of the ball, but with still two younger guys in the program that have had good weeks of practice. Coach Pride talked about star linebacker Caleb Spencer, as well as nickel corner Thomas Williams, and how they've kind of developed and what he's seen from them.
Yeah, he's still coming. I like him. Quinn likes him. I think that's where his future probably is. We messed around with him a little bit at Will Backer also, but he's a physical player. He loves the game. He's twitchy. So we're bringing him along. I hope that as we get into the season, his snap count's going up, and he's got a role on special teams, which is helping us. Yeah, I'm excited about him. Again, his role is growing on special teams, and he's earning that trust where Coach Jones, is feeling better and better about putting him in the game. I mean, he threw him out there the other night, in the red zone, and Dorian needed a blow, and rather than ride Dorian, he threw him out there and did fine. He's proven it out here. He's done it, and he's a young guy. And again, he's not super experienced in the secondary, but I'm excited about Thomas Williams.
Now heading into this weekend, it's a big game. Coach Pryor would definitely like to wipe out the mark on his ledger that is Norfolk, Virginia, and ODU. And he talked about how this game still means a bunch to some of the 757 guys going back home for this.
I think so. We talked about it today some. I think they're very prideful about where they're from and what it means, and they want to go home and play well. There's no question in my mind.
Those are all the updates from the practice ahead of the Virginia Tech versus ODU football game this Saturday. I'm Kolby Crawford. I'll have all the updates from Norfolk coming at you. Make sure to stay tuned in to VTScoop.com for those. Until then, signing out for the Practice Peak.